If you're constantly fighting lust, then you're fighting it the wrong way. Because Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam gave us the blueprint to overcome lust. Now, lust is a natural desire that every Muslim experiences. It's not something to shy away from because Allah created us with these desires. The real test is how you respond to these desires. Because as we know, lust can lead to sins that can damage your relationship with Allah, harm your consistency, and harm your discipline. Now, mashallah, Allah blessed Prophet Yusuf with incredible beauty, with the Prophet ﷺ saying in a hadith that Prophet Yusuf was granted half of the beauty of the entire world. So as you can imagine, he was heavily desired and he had to deal with a lot of temptation and a lot of fitna. So one day he was at home and his master's wife tried to seduce him. So she locked the doors of the room and she invited him to commit sin with him. Even Prophet Yusuf was tested with this temptation, which shows us that the test is not the problem. So Allah tells us, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولقد همت به وهم بها لولا أن رأى برهان ربه. And how did Prophet Yusuf respond? He didn't just stand there relying on his willpower, relying on his self-control. وَاسْتَبَقَ الْبَابِ, which means he raced to the door to get out of the room. SubhanAllah, that is the blueprint. Instead of constantly fighting temptation, you need to remove yourself from the situation. You need to remove the temptation before it becomes a battle. So what does that actually mean in practical terms? What kind of things can you do to remove the temptation of lust? A huge trigger for lust is social media. And if you're going to use these social media apps such as Instagram, TikTok, X, you need to protect yourself from the fitna. Now, what you can do, as soon as a photo of a revealing woman or man comes up on your feed or anything inappropriate, you need to block that account, and then over time, social media will get the gist and stop showing you those photos. Another huge tip is to sleep with your phone outside of your room. So the strongest temptations are going to come at night, when you're in bed, when you're alone, and when you're tired. If you leave your phone outside your room, then you have no choice but to sleep, and you're removing the biggest source of temptation. And then finally, a common one that you might hear a lot is lowering your gaze. Now, this may be a struggle at first, but for me, I think it's like training a muscle at the gym. When you do it at first, it's quite difficult, but when you do it consistently, it becomes so much easier, and then you're removing the temptation of lust. So stop making it hard for yourself, stop relying on your willpower, and do as the Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam did and remove the temptation and trust Allah. Jazakallahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.